And I know you've addressed this on your YouTube show as well, but I want to get your thoughts. Did the Browns win the offseason?
I think they did a sufficient job of addressing all of their holes, right? When we ended the season, what were we all complaining about? All right, we need more defensive line depth. You did some things there, right? You brought in Chase Winovich. Hopefully you bring back Clowney. That part of it isn't clear. You drafted Perry Young. You drafted Alex Wright. You drafted Isaiah Thomas. So you brought some new bodies into the room. Okay, not the greatest job in the world. Like, you didn't overwhelm that position like you have in other position groups. But, hey, you did your job there. Then we can flip it to the offensive side. Well, let's go to special teams, actually. You go to special teams. And that was a huge concern. What was wrong with special teams last year? Everything was wrong with special teams, right? The punts were bad, the kicks were worse, and the kick returning was awful, right? So what did you do? You got a new kick returner, you got a new punter, and you drafted the kicker in the 4th round. Now, you'll see if that works out, but hey, you drafted the kicker. When you drafted the kicker, hopefully he's good. If he's not, then that's a problem. Now you go to the offensive side of the ball, and you can't say they weren't aggressive, right? They had a pass-catching crisis. They lost their best receiver during the season, and then, they were going to lose a couple of their other pass catchers during the offseason, potentially also losing David Njoku. They retained David Njoku. They traded for Amari Cooper. They drafted David Bell. And then, they also were aggressive in upgrading the quarterback position, which was also the biggest concern coming out of the season, right? When we were like, hey, we don't know if that quarterback is enough, if Baker is enough to get us to where we want. So we have to look at other options. And also, if we can't get another option, we have to get upgrades. I think they upgraded the backup position with Jacoby Brissett, and they upgraded the starting quarterback position. So in that sense, right, when you looked at everything that we were complaining about at the end of the season, everything that we wanted to change at the end of the season about how this season in 2021 went, they went and were pretty aggressive for the most part about addressing those concerns. I mean, when you trade for a dude, 3 first-round picks for a guy, and give him $250 million or $230 million guaranteed, then, that you can't say that's not aggressive in trying to solve a problem. So I would say they were very aggressive. Look, if they failed this year, it isn't because of a lack of trying. It is more or less it just didn't work. But they most definitely did all they could when it comes to aggressiveness to fill the holes in this roster.